Hello, it's Ashton.
And it is John. What up, guys? We're back from the reaction video. In today's video, we're going to be reacting to
Christian Bale, the most craziest body transformation by the channel Body Transformation.
Yes, go and subscribe. Incredibly important to support the channels that you love. This was a suggestion from Compilations. Thank you so much for your support. Let me make sure this is the right video, though. Yes, it is. You guys can also help support the channel. Click on the link down below in the description. Throw down through Streamlabs. We're going to let you pick one of the next videos that we react to. Just keep it under 10 minutes. Include the V-link, title, and your email. And let's get to it.
I'm not going to lie. I love videos like this.
I know. Let's see how Batman did it. He's just a skinny guy right there.
Tiny.
Yeah,
Holy crap.
Really tiny. He's looking bigger there.
Jesus. If they can do it, we can do it.
True that.
Yeah, he's changing. That's crazy. Yeah. I'm sure being in like the limelight.
That is not him. What happened?
Was that actually?
I don't know.
You know, for certain movies, they have to lose and gain weight, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. You know what's stupid is there's stats underneath this little bar and I can't get rid of it.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know, dumb.
"2015", is that what that said?
Yeah, 2000.
Physically, you know, it was essential. It wasn't just the vanity of an actor that Bateman have a six-pack and all of that. You know, he talks about it. He's incredibly narcissistic. So, you know, I had to work out like crazy for that.
What the hell is this?
When I was writing, and one of the reasons why I thought, well, this movie couldn't really be made is because of the Trevor's character, the whole weight loss issue. And never in my wildest dreams did I think an actor would actually go to the lengths that Christian has gone to.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
Scott's script is described as a walking skeleton, essentially.
I have a whole nother movie about guilt that I could write just as a result of watching this man walk around 120 pounds.
That's crazy.
Not eating for weeks. I just didn't think it was possible.
I didn't eat. That was it.
The Machinist really took Christian Bale's acting commitment to the next level. Here's a guy that put his health at risk. We're talking over 60, 63 pounds to get an emaciated look that plays so dramatically on camera.
It does. Oh my god, I never would have thought.
On less than 500 calories a day.
Damn.
Often reported to eat nothing more than a single can of tuna and one apple.
I had an apple. It was apples.
It was a dangerous and unhealthy drop, leaving him physically exhausted during filming.
It feels great. It feels like a kind of a victory because I did kind of just emaciate and destroy myself, and you know, to the point where I kind of just watching me run is a joke because I just have no leg muscles or anything.
Everyone was kind of like very shocked by how thin he was.
You've got to just say to
That's
yourself,
crazy.
do I think it's good? Do I think I've done a good job on this? And that's it. And that I get my satisfaction from working on it right here, right now.
God, he's a very serious actor, though.
I think it's, you know,
How much weight did you lose?
it's obviously not a healthy thing, but if that's what he wanted to do and he was committed to it and he's fine.
Just for a movie, though. That's crazy.
They make more money. Like a lot of, you know, a lot of people have to go through like dieting or like they'll have to lose or gain weight for certain movies, and I think, you know, they get paid more for it too. Because they have to go
Oh god, yeah.
and they have to have physical trainers if they have to like get in shape, you know.
I didn't even know you could lose muscle that fast. That was ridiculous. He was whittled down to a skeleton.
How
like
long
nothing there.
did they say? Or did they not?
60 something days he didn't eat.
Shit,
Just
I'm
2
gonna start
months.
doing that.
God damn.
I'm just kidding.
For the Machinist.
63 pounds.
And how much did you gain back for this? I went up 100 pounds.
Jesus.
And then I arrived in England. Chris realized I'd kind of overdone it.
Yeah,
I walked down the hallway towards him. I had a big beard and long hair, and he didn't even recognize me. And I kind of went, oh my God, you look like Leslie Adams. And then a couple of the crew members who I had worked with before saw me and said, are we doing Fat Man here? Are we doing
Not Batman at all.
And so I had to suddenly go on a lean-out diet.
No, wait, but let me understand
to
the
get back
sequence.
into shape.
What was the timeline? I mean, first you did The Machinist.
First I did The
and
Machinist,
you dropped
yeah.
63 pounds.
Yeah.
And then you went balloon back up 100.
Yeah,
Just for what reason?
Within about 5 months. I think it's an interesting thing that whatever state you find yourself in, you tend to accept as being the norm. And so despite the fact that to everybody else's eyes, I was dangerously skinny and possibly, potentially doing myself great damage, I was actually saying, I think I failed to achieve the look I was originally going for. Looking back in retrospect, I think that's nuts. I think that I became incredibly obsessive, and what the hell was I thinking, about it?
When I first met Christian, he was extraordinarily thin, having lost an enormous amount of weight for The Machinist, which he was about to go off and shoot.
He did call me and say, well, how do you look right now? Like, how am I gonna seriously be able to suggest to Warner Brothers that you could play Batman ever if,
Good question.
that skinny?
He then proceeded to put on a lot of weight in muscle terms and really try and bulk up, because I had impressed upon him the idea that for Bruce Wayne to really fill that suit, he was going to have to be very, very large.
I was just stuffing my face all day long and lifting heavy weights and eating more, and eventually went up to like 220 pounds.
I hadn't met Christian, and I was expecting to meet this bag of bones.
It doesn't look like he's
And
that
I
heavy.
went, oh my God.
I just listened to what he said about get as big as you possibly can, so that's what I did, But I was kind of like a bear. I wasn't really like a martial arts, guy all lean and ripped and everything like that. I could see the look on Chris's face, He looked at me and it was like, oh, Christ, what has this guy done?
There was a moment where he was really big and we were thinking, God, is he gonna fit the bat suit? Is it, how is this gonna work?
It was a moment of panic.
That's
where I
badass, though, the
realized,
body
oh,
transformations that he's went through.
I took Chris at his exact word about get as big as you can, but he didn't really think I was going to get that big. A number of the crew I'd worked with on previous movies, they looked at me and they were like, bloody hell, Chris, what are we doing here, Fat Man or Batman? And so I realized, okay, that's not what he had meant, so I had to then try and lose a lot of weight.
We worked on his stamina and built his muscle tone so we could bring his body back up to being what it needed to be for Batman. And Christian knew anyway, because he was such a focused guy. He knew his own body.
Christian showed extraordinary levels of self-discipline and dedication to the role to be able to do that. A lot of actors, when you start working with them, they'll say they're going to lose a bit of weight for the part or whatever, and the wardrobe people will kind of roll their eyes and go, yeah, sure, because they very often don't. And I had to warn the wardrobe people on this film that he was actually going to do what he said he was going to do.
It really was. It was a very tight schedule, but I just about managed it before we started filming.
That's
Christian
him.
Bale packing on 43 pounds to play the con man forced to work for Cooper.
I got the old boobs. I expected to start lactating any second. I'm like, that's Batman. Not anymore.
Wow, that's crazy.
His physicality, his body type was over 40 pounds heavier than my normal weight, by the end.
It's not easy losing that weight or gaining that weight or whatever, but, hey, look, I look at you and your physicality tells me something about who you are, and you do the same, and we all do the same. And it's only an entryway, and obviously what's most important is your heart and mind, but it tells you something, and it is a definite first impression, and first impressions are vital. I've never had a single director actually ask me to do any of this stuff. Everyone's kind of gone, well, we can probably do it with a bit of makeup, with a bit of prosthetics, we can do it, and then they discover I'm really doing it myself, and they've always gone, are you okay doing that? So I've never actually had anybody say, you have to get to this place. It's always been me who said
That's
I
awesome.
have to get
That
to
is.
that place.
That's a
Many
next level
actors
actor right
call
there.
me for advice, and unfortunately, I didn't do it under any kind of doctor's monitoring, and so I'm loath to give advice because what if it goes wrong for somebody else? But you know, there's really not much of a secret to it. You eat less, you do more, you know, and however extreme you take that, the more skinny you're gonna become. You want to really dig it deep into whatever you're doing. Whatever you're doing, you want to do it the best that you can. So what do? You say to yourself, all right, well, let's get the satisfaction out of actually making it, you know, that's the only way.
Wow.
That's so crazy. Wow.
So, okay. It went, I can't see the bottom, that sucks.
It says Rescue Down, The Dark Knight, The Fighter, The Dark Knight Rises, and American Hustle. I don't think there's anything underneath that on that part, but that's crazy when
Well,
you look at
there's
all
the
these.
years.
Oh yeah, you can't see what year it is. But just to look at his transformations, he's been super skinny, he's been big and fat, he's been buff and tanky, he's been lean and like the whole kung fu style. He's literally hit every spectrum just from movies here. And just to change your body that much for a normal person, do you think that'd take a long time, you know?
Shit, I can't lose 5 pounds.
I know,
they got
right?
so much help though, like physical trainers and people giving them like guidance and stuff. So.
That's true. They got a team that watches them to make sure they do it. But nonetheless, you still got to have the willpower, and that's pretty damn impressive. Is there more of this left, or is it just...
You can try seeing
I think there's more left. Maybe it just switches into the Batman picture, I think. Yeah.
I don't know. Those are really interesting. I want to see more of them.
They really are, and I didn't know he was that crazy of an actor when it comes down to it. As far as getting into the role, he was that dedicated. I got a lot more respect for him, though. I know we've seen that one freak out video of him yelling at the person that came on set, remember?
That was him?
Yeah, that was him. Oh. And I could see why. He takes acting very seriously, and he puts a lot into it. So no wonder he gets pissed, because it's his job, and he takes it very seriously. Yeah.
Good for him.
Guys, go and subscribe to the channel that is Body Transformation. It's important to support the channels you love, and peace out.
Bye.